Ever wonder why cultures separated by oceans and centuries built similar triangular structures also known as pyramids? This is a question that has baffled many people. Join us as we explain why this phenomenon occurred. These unique architectural wonders have not just graced the landscapes of one or two regions, but have marked their presence globally. From the scorching deserts of Egypt to the lush valleys of Mexico, from the mysterious jungles of Guatemala to the high plateaus of Peru, pyramids have asserted their dominance. Not to be left behind, the sandy plains of Sudan, the ancient land of Nubia, and the vast expanse of China have also been home to these fascinating edifices. Each culture has interpreted and manifested these structures in their unique way, yet they share an uncanny similarity. These pyramids, in all their grandeur, represent a common human endeavor to reach for the skies. Egypt, the land synonymous with pyramids, but what makes them so unique? The Egyptian pyramids are not just architectural marvels, but also a testament to the ancient civilization's understanding of astronomy, science, and engineering. These pyramids, primarily built as tombs for the country's pharaohs and consorts, are a sight to behold, with their precise construction and alignment. The most famous of these is the Great Pyramid of Giza, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. It's a marvel, not just for its size, standing at a staggering 481 feet tall, but also for its accurate alignment with the cardinal directions. The sides of the pyramid are aligned almost exactly to the north, south, east, and west, with an error of just 3/60ths of a degree. The Egyptians moved millions of limestone blocks, each weighing an average of 2.5 tons, across the desert without the use of wheels, iron tools, or even domesticated horses. They then stacked these blocks with exceptional precision, creating a stable structure that has lasted over 4,500 years. The purpose of these pyramids was just as fascinating as their construction. The Egyptians believed that the pharaoh's soul, or Ka, needed a physical home in the afterlife. Hence, they built these grand tombs, filled them with all the necessities the pharaoh might need in the afterlife, including food, furniture, and treasured possessions. But the pyramids weren't just for the dead. They also played a crucial role in the living world. They served as a symbol of the pharaoh's divine power and were used as centers for religious rituals and ceremonies, reinforcing the pharaoh's divine status among the living. These colossal tombs have stood the test of time, but they aren't the only pyramids to have done so. And as we journey across the globe, we'll discover that the Egyptians weren't the only ones who built these magnificent structures. Traveling south of Egypt, we find the pyramids of Nubia and Sudan, remarkable in their own right. These pyramids, though not as grand in size as the Egyptian ones, are unique in their design and architecture. They stand smaller, with steeper slopes, creating a stark contrast to the more familiar wide-based structures of Egypt. But what sets the pyramids of Nubia and Sudan apart isn't just their unique structure, it's the sheer number of them. While Egypt boasts about 100 pyramids, Nubia and Sudan together house nearly 250. That's over twice the number of their Egyptian counterparts. These pyramids, although less known, served similar roles as royal tombs, and their abundance reveals the rich history of these often overlooked regions. The pyramids of Nubia and Sudan each tell their own story, reflecting the unique cultures that built them. Crossing the Atlantic, we reach the Americas, a land teeming with its own pyramid wonders. The pyramids of Mexico, Guatemala, and Peru stand as silent witnesses to the grandeur of their respective civilizations. In Mexico, we find the colossal pyramids of the sun and moon at Teotihuacan, their stepped design a testament to the architectural prowess of the Teotihuacan civilization. These structures, however, were not built to house the dead, but to serve as grand platforms for ceremonies. They were places of worship where the people could gather to pay homage to their gods. Down south in Guatemala, the Mayan civilization erected their own pyramids. Tikal, one of the largest archaeological sites of the pre-Columbian Mayan civilization, is home to the majestic Temple Wurst, also known as the Temple of the Great Jaguar. This stepped pyramid, like its Mexican counterparts, was not a tomb but a temple, a place of worship and ceremony. Further south in Peru, we encounter the truncated pyramids of the ancient Moqui civilization. These pyramids, like the Huaca del Sol or the Pyramid of the Sun, were flat-topped and used as platforms for rituals and ceremonies. Unlike the Egyptian pyramids, these were never intended to be tombs. They were places of social and religious gatherings, where the people could come together to celebrate and worship. Each of these American pyramids, while sharing the universal stepped design, had their unique features. They were built using different materials, reflecting the resources available to these civilizations. The pyramids of Teotihuacan were constructed from stone, while the Mayan pyramids were built using limestone. The Mochi pyramids, on the other hand, were made from adobe bricks. In essence, the American pyramids, though different from their Egyptian counterparts, were no less grand. They were not silent tombs, but vibrant places of worship and community. They stand today as proud symbols of the rich and diverse cultures that flourished in these regions. These pyramids, while different in purpose, share the universal language of grandeur. In the east, in the vast landscapes of China, lie pyramids shrouded in mystery. China's pyramids, unlike their pointed counterparts in Egypt and Mesoamerica, are flat-topped, resembling giant staircases leading to the heavens. These structures, often overgrown with vegetation, blend seamlessly into the landscape, hiding in plain sight. One such enigma is the Maoling Mausoleum, the largest Chinese pyramid. This colossal structure, resting place of Emperor Wu of the Han Dynasty, is a testament to the architectural prowess of ancient China. Yet, the secrecy surrounding these pyramids is as intriguing as their design. For years, information about these structures was tightly controlled, with little known about their construction, purpose, or the treasures they might hold. This secrecy only fuels the fascination. Each pyramid is a puzzle waiting to be solved, a story waiting to be told. These Asian pyramids, though less known, add another layer to the global pyramid narrative. From Egypt to China, pyramids have echoed a similar architectural language, but what sets them apart? Let's start with design. Egyptian pyramids, like the Great Pyramid of Giza, are true pyramids with smooth, sloping sides meeting at an apex. The Nubian pyramids, on the other hand, are steeper and narrower, resembling pointed obelisks. The American pyramids, such as those in Mexico and Guatemala, are typically step pyramids with terraced levels and a flat top. As for the Chinese pyramids, they are mostly flat-topped and truncated, much like the ziggurats of ancient Mesopotamia. Now onto construction materials. The Egyptian and Nubian pyramids were built from limestone and sandstone, while the American pyramids were constructed with a mix of stone and adobe. The Chinese pyramids, interestingly, were made using rammed earth, a technique that involves compacting layers of soil. The purpose of these pyramids also vary. In Egypt and Nubia, they were primarily tombs for pharaohs and kings. In the Americas, they served as ceremonial and religious centers. The Chinese pyramids, meanwhile, were used for both burial and ceremonial purposes, with some even thought to have astronomical significance. Lastly, let's consider the civilizations that built them. Egypt's pyramids were constructed by a centralized state with a strong bureaucracy, while Nubia's were built by a collection of powerful kingdoms. The American pyramids were the product of various civilizations, including the Maya, Aztec, and Inca, each with their own unique cultural and religious practices. The Chinese pyramids, on the other hand, were built by different dynasties over a span of centuries, reflecting the long and complex history of China. In their similarities and differences, these pyramids stand as a testament to human ingenuity and the universal quest for immortality. Our journey through the world of pyramids has been nothing short of enlightening. We've traversed the sands of Egypt, stood in the shadows of the Nubian marvels, navigated the jungles of Guatemala, climbed the terraces in Peru, and marveled at the mysterious structures in China and Sudan. Each pyramid, while sharing a common geometric form, holds its unique characteristics and stories, etched in stone by the civilizations that built them. These structures, scattered across the globe, are a testament to the ingenuity and ambition of our ancestors. They underline the universal human desire to reach for the skies, to create something bigger than oneself, and to leave a mark that withstands the test of time. They're not just stone structures, they're cultural artifacts, historical chronicles, and architectural wonders that continue to fascinate us centuries after their creation. As we part ways, remember, each pyramid, irrespective of its location, tells a unique tale of humanity's past. Until next time, challenge everything you think you know. Subscribe.